Wake up in the morning at the crack of dawn, heading to the woods with my camouflage on. I'm hunting that trophy whitetail or a long-beard tom. Got a rifle, a bow, and my 12-gauge too. Heading to a spot that's known by few. Ain't leaving there till I see the sinking sun. It's what I love to do when the season's in. Enjoy the outdoors with all of my friends. Cause when the gobblers are strutting and the big bucks are rutting, this is where I wanna be. In a deer stand on the green field with my decoy out, leaned on a tree. So if you hear the call of the wild like me, just to keep it tuned in to strutting and a rutting TV. Just to keep it tuned in to strutting and a rutting TV.
My name's Bobby Sears. I'm the co-owner here at JEBS Choke Tubes. I come from a big long line of southern folk that really enjoy the outdoors and being with their families and hunting and fishing. Had a great father and grandfathers that took me all the time, and I'm telling you, we just spent time in the woods all the time. And that background is just kind of fed into all the things that we're doing now here at JEBS. It's so family oriented, and you meet such great people. Every day, every show we go to, we meet people that are just like us, just country folk that were blessed with an idea, and we worked hard, and we got that idea out there in some more people's hands, and they've really helped us make it go too.
I got a good friend, Bobby Sears, and I knowed he had turkey hunted for Lord knows how long. Ain't no telling how many birds he's killed over the years. And I went to him, well, I went by his place like 5 times before I finally stopped. I mean, I never asked anybody for anything. No, I mean, since I was 15 years old, I've pretty much done everything on my own. And I want to thank Bobby for everything he done. He took the marketing side of it and just done an amazing job with it. I mean, something that I couldn't have never done. I mean, I know I couldn't have done it without him. There's no way. And I want to thank him for what he done for us.
What's your day-to-day look like at JEBS?
On a day-to-day basis here at JEBS, it's mainly I handle as many emails as I can as far as keeping our sales reps going and new store stuff that we set up, our sales team, and I handle a lot of the inventory. I have to check inventory every couple of days because when we're in the crunch time, especially in turkey season, it flows out the door like we want it to, and the inventory can get really low. So I have to keep a close watch on that. Back into at the plant where I've got the guys building our stuff, and Jimmy works down there, and he's a lot over the QC and stuff, but I kind of tell him what we need at the time if we're low on one particular item. Sometimes certain choke tubes sell better than others. I know Benelli's been really hot for us the last 3 or 4 years, so we've really had to double up our inventory on them. So pretty much just run anything I can help the guys up here do and kind of troubleshoot for them. You know, growing up as a kid, I was always at my dad's side. I was going to the woods and him deer hunting when I'd stand up in the seat beside him. It was tradition. It was just something we did. My grandfathers and my father, we hunted and fished together all the time. I mean, I don't say so much it was for self-preservation to feed us, but it was just something we did. We harvested deer and caught fish, and not so much turkeys because there really wasn't turkeys back when I was younger. But it really instilled in me how much I love the outdoors and love being in the outdoors, which just carried right through my whole life. I really got intrigued with bow hunting. at a young age. I mean, like 14 or 15, and I put down the gun and I told Dad, I said, I'm just gonna bow hunt for as long as I can. And boy, that carried on, and started shooting local tournaments and met some great people, some great salespeople for PSE. And before I knew it, I was in Tucson, Arizona at PSE factory with Mr. Pete Shepley and his wife, Miss Laura, and they put me on the factory team, and we started traveling the United States shooting in the big tournaments. And boy, did I love that. The people you meet, and they were just awesome. And you had that hunting scenario, being outside, you had the McKenzie targets, just totally loved it. Come home and then hunt every year with my bow. And that just instilled in me something that I wanted to pass down to my son and my grandsons, and kind of led into a small hunting show that we had, a friend of mine.
What was the name of that show again?
Strutting and Rutting Outdoors. You could tell it was on a low scale, low budget, but we had a great time doing it because it's what I enjoyed anyway. It was hunting. It was hard, it was aggravating because the camera would run out of light or you couldn't get the shot when you needed to, but we had a great time doing it. Met some great people, met a lot of the sponsors that nowadays we walk up to their booth and know by name that I had no idea I'd ever meet. It was a dream come true because my whole life I worked in the outdoors as a forester, and I wanted to be in the hunting industry, but I couldn't figure out how. And that's kind of when JEBS came along. I guess if you pray about something and you want something bad enough, the good Lord will just see through. Now, it's not going to be on your timetable. He waited till I was 47 years old. But I tell you what, these last 10 years have just been incredible. My son works here. Jimmy's, it's a family operation. We've got some great staff, and we just all come together and work hard and have a good time while we're doing it.
Look at that camouflage you're wearing there.
Talk about old school. That's before Mossy Oak and Realtree actually came up. That's the old original Jim Crumley tree bark. That was in the early 80s. That was one month where we all sent in pictures, the pro staff did, and PSE used them on some of their advertising and stuff.
I'm liking that mustache.
I'm gonna tell you what, that was a Hawaii 5-0.
I'm telling you, that's a little Burt Reynolds right here. What you got it out.
I tell you what, this means a lot to us all. Our patent, our United States patent. They say these things are tremendous, hard to get, especially on an item or a product that's been out 30 or 40 years. Choke Tubes has been around, and then Jimmy was able to get his design patented. That's big. That's big for Mr. Jimmy too. I tell you what, that's awesome. In June of 2011, I think it was, we were able to get a patent pending, and we were off to the races. They said, go ahead and see what you can do your first year. And that's kind of the way we started off as a team together, and we've been together 10 years down the road now.